ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Renee Boxing, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, and analyze, simply talk about sport of boxing in level, how mature, coherent fashion. Definitely subscribers since day one, recent subscribers, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Flash Lives, premieres of my videos such as this, man. You know, Playback family, salute, liking it up. Everyone who's been supporting and rocking for me, man, I appreciate you all. I want to talk about in this video, you know, I want to make it short as in my last video. You know, so I'm trying to make them shorter, see how the results are, you know what I'm saying? See if it's better for you. You know, modify my content concerning your needs and your, desires and interests. Recently got a petition from my guy Javier. Salute to you, my guy. You know what I'm saying? He said, hey, try to make your videos a little bit shorter. You know, try to make them shorter because, man, as of late, I've been making my videos like 30 minutes. And as a matter of fact, it's interesting you said that because and sometimes in my live sessions, in those videos, I would say, you know what, I should have just went live. But, you know, I don't know. It just depends on my timing, right, and stuff like that. And just my times and what I do during the day. Sometimes it's better for me to just make the videos as opposed to going live. But in this video, I'm trying to make it shorter, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about specifically, you know, Ryan Garcia versus Tagoe, however you pronounce that, man, all due respect. You know, I know that it's just their jobs, you know what I'm saying? In my last live session, I showed that post that, you know, that talked about, you know, that had Ryan Garcia amongst a list of legends, talking about the most anticipating, you know, comebacks from fighters or something like that. You know, I know and I understand it's the promoters' jobs and the platform's jobs to hype up their fighters. I mean, it's just the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Whether we like it or not, whether you know, like for example, Bob Arum saying that, you know, referencing other fighters out there being like Muhammad Ali. You know, that's just his job. You know, and I think it gets to the point of being offensive, but that's what promoters do, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Look at these companies out there from whatever products you want to say. I mean, they do the same thing. You know, they hype up their product to the best of their abilities to get customers. That's just their job. You know, it's a business. But all this is what I'm getting at concerning Ryan Garcia. All this hype, all this, the Ryturn, you know, and things of that nature. I mean, you know, the fight, you know, Ryan Garcia's performance, put it this way, it didn't live up to all that, man. It did not live up to all the hype. And this is no knock on Ryan Garcia, you know what I'm saying? I wish the best for him. And congratulations for the win. I must say that first and foremost, okay? So congratulations to Ryan Garcia for the win over Tagoe. But, you know, the thing here is this, man. He's been out for a long time. And, you know, I've said it time and time again, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to fighters, you know, when they come back after layoffs, the most of them take tune-ups. There are a few exceptions out there, and those, you know, I've mentioned those exceptions in other videos and live sessions or what have you, okay? So I think you know by now who some exceptions are. But, you know, as to Ryan Garcia, he's falling into the mold of a lot of these fighters. You know, they're out for a long time for whatever the heck reason it is, and then they come back and they take a light touch. As a matter of fact, Mikey Garcia, it seems like he tried to do that in that one guy from Spain, man, I forgot that dude's name, man. He just fought recently too, but man, respect to him, but I forgot his name. I'm sorry, but you know, it seemed like he tried to take a light touch in him, and man, he lost. You know, Mikey Garcia got schooled. As a matter of fact, it was a great fight, you know, from his opponent. You know, I'm sorry, like I said, I forgot the name, Spanish guy, but yeah, I'm sure you guys who are tuning in there in the premieres, go ahead and, you know, remind me, but I forgot the guy's name. But okay, but you know, a lot of fighters do that. It's just said what it is. Let's just face the facts, okay? Most of them do. About 98% of fighters do that. And why am I saying all this? Because that was one thing. That was one takeaway where it's like, okay, Ryan, I mean, you're blabbing. You know, that's the thing about Ryan, man. He talks big. He acts, you know, big. Like he's the big, you know, the big star in the whole world, the boxing star. And I get it, you know, followers. But, you know, it all boils down to who you're fighting. It all boils down to your performances as far as with me as a boxing fan. I don't really care how many followers you have. I don't care how rich you are. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why I personally, you know, was outspoken concerning this, you know, with Leonard Ellerby, you know, on Twitter. Now, you know, I did it respectfully, obviously, but he blocked me for that. You know what I'm saying? For speaking up on concerning Tank Davis. It's like, man, you know what? I know you want to make him a star, and that's the MO of these promoters nowadays. But you know, who's he fighting? You know, I want to see these fighters fight the top comp. You know what I'm saying? And according to your mouth, you should be fighting that top comp. According to Ryan Garcia and how he's mouthing off and saying he knocked out Tank in 2 rounds and going on hot boxing Mike Tyson, say I'll knock you out, signed in stone, baby, let's get it on, let's fight, and you know, saying that he's gonna fight Pacquiao, and then pulling out a, you know, Fortuna, etc., etc., etc. You know, all this hype, it didn't live up. You know, his performance didn't live up to all the talk, you know, and all the marketing, you know, or whatever you want to call it, man. All these call outs that Ryan Garcia has been doing for the last long time, in between the Campbell fight and now. As a matter of fact, remember this, ladies and gentlemen. Remember when Ryan Garcia saw, Haney's performance against Linares, and then what does Ryan Garcia come and do? He said, turns around and says, "Man, I would have knocked out Linares if I was in that ring," or whatever. Just those kinds of comments, ladies and gentlemen. It makes Ryan look worse, performing like he did against the guy that, was arranged to fight Ryan Garcia so that Ryan Garcia could knock him out. That was the setup, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not be naive here. Let's not be naive here and say that, Tagoe, he's one of the top guys out there, and it's going to be a really tough fight for Ryan. No, he was expected. Ryan Garcia was expected to do something amazing. Ryan Garcia was expected. What was he, and like I said, this is no knock to Ryan. I'm just saying what I saw. Okay, and this is just my overall reaction on this performance. What was he saying on the lead up to the fight? Ryan Garcia in his social media or whatever. Ready, it's going to shock the world. It's time to shock the world. I'm going to shock the world. And, the whole world was expecting for him to knock out Tagoe. And I know that knockouts aren't everything, but at least give, a high quality performance. That's, but he didn't even give that. Ryan Garcia didn't even give that. Looked like he was trying to look too much like trying to imitate Canelo too much, man. But hey, watch this. To a certain degree, the Canelo camp and the time he has had in Canelo's camp, respect to Canelo's camp, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even, I gotta respect it. It did rub off on Ryan Garcia to a certain degree. Now imagine had Ryan Garcia stuck in that camp, stayed in that camp, ladies and gentlemen. Had Ryan Garcia disciplined himself more and stayed in that camp with endurance and discipline, it would have been another story, in my humble opinion, in this fight against Tagoe. But what did he do? He pulled out of the whole, Canelo camp under Eddie Reynoso, didn't live that disciplined lifestyle like I've been saying for a long time on my channel, what I just recently said also in my last Flash Live with a lot of these fighters out there, not just Ryan Garcia, but a lot of these fighters. What do you do? Pull out and go to, run to another coach. You're totally making it confused. You're making your whole strategy confusing here. What are you going to do? What are you trying to do here? And it showed. You see, this is exactly why we saw Ryan Garcia like we saw him against Tagoe. You're flipping trainers out all of a sudden, shortly before, this whole fight, this whole lead up or what have you. And that's how you look. Trying to look a little bit like, he tried to look like Canelo in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to use that upper body movement that Canelo does, signature Canelo stuff, But it seemed like Ryan, it seems like he just don't know what to do in there, man. All due respect. Not really using the jab at all. Just trying to knock Tagoe out. Just look at the fight. Just look how he fought. He tried to knock him out because that's what the whole world expected, and I'm sure that's what he expected from himself. But he couldn't even knock Tagoe out, man. And respect to Tagoe, man, because of his defense. He was slippery in there, slipping a lot of Ryan Garcia's punches because he's short. I'm sure it was kind of tough for Ryan Garcia to fight the shorter guy, but that's no excuse. There's no excuse, ladies and gentlemen. So just my overall, reaction to this, man, with Ryan Garcia's performance, it was not good. It was not a good performance, okay? And I'm 100 with all these guys, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just because Ryan Garcia is Ryan Garcia. Of course not, man. Big ups to him, and I've talked about, I always respect all these guys. Nothing against him at all. I said the same about Daniel Jacobs in his last performance. I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, those who are new here, you got to check out my channel and just, do your homework on my channel so you know what I'm about. I'm saying? How I present, represent when it comes to my analysis and reactions and, content on the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? I'm no man fan. I don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? I just see what I see and talk what I think, in a coherent fashion, as legit as possible. I said the same about Jacobs. I said the same about, Josh Taylor. Horrible performance in his last fight. Catterall, Jacobs and Ryder, horrible performances. And I'm saying the same thing about Ryan Garcia. Not a good look. Not a good look, especially according to all that talk he's been doing, man. So I wish the best for Ryan Garcia in his career. He's talking about, if I'm not mistaken, he's been saying it for the lead up, to this whole fight. And, I think he just posted on social media saying let's do 3 this year, something like that. So I think he's projecting 3 fights this year. If that's the case, who's it going to be? Pitbull's been calling him out. Just had an interview. There was just an interview recently with Pitbull saying that, hey, Ryan Garcia, if he wants to smoke, come get it. He said in Spanish, but he didn't. I'm paraphrasing, right? That's what he said, though. Okay, so he said, hey, if Ryan Garcia wants to stop doing the whole circus stuff on social media, give me a call. That's what fighters do, and that's legit. You see what I'm saying? We need more fighters like that too, man. We need more fighters like that. They, cut the nonsense and make the phone call and get it on. You know what I'm saying? Stop it all. You can do all that talking stuff when the fight's official, when you start the press conferences and lead up to the actual fight. You see, stop all that circus stuff. That's what Pitbull said, man. He said, stop the circus. If he wants to stop playing circus, then tell him to call me up, and let's get it on. That's what fighters do, and that's what we do. We got teams. We do it in an orderly fashion, like pros. So Pitbull's out there. That's why I mentioned him. So what's next for Ryan Garcia? I don't know, but I doubt he's going to take Pitbull. I doubt that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do that. It's probably going to be another light touch. But who the heck am I to say that? Who the heck am I? I don't know. I'm just speaking as a fan. I don't know, man. He can do what he wants. You know what I'm saying? He has a team. They know what they're doing. So we'll see what's next. Who do you think Ryan Garcia should fight next? Thank you guys so much, man. Renee Bach. Top it off like this. Is he ready for the top? No, he's not. Okay? Yeah, right. Haney will school him. Tank will annihilate him. Throw him in there with Cambo. Cambo also will do that work on him, I think, in my humble opinion. According to what we saw against Tagoe, yeah, right. Renee Boxing, a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, and talk about sport of boxing. I appreciate each and every one of you, man. Subscribers since day one, recent subscribers. Man, you guys are all awesome. Thank you guys so much, man. Renee Boxing, stay tuned, man, for more content. Peace out.